All right, for any artist out there, this is probably one of the most important conversations we can have. We're talking about owning your music, your life's work. So let's dive into how you can actually get your masters back using a really powerful tool called a reversion clause. So you've probably heard the horror stories, right? You sign a record deal, you pour your heart and soul into the music, and then your master recordings, the actual original recordings, are gone forever. But what if that's not the whole story? What if there's actually a way back home for them? To find that way back, we've got to understand the problem first. And it's something we can call the perpetuity trap. Yeah, it sounds a little scary, and honestly, it kind of is. This is the word right here, perpetuity. It's a heavy one. In a record deal, this one little word means the label owns your master recordings forever. Seriously, no expiration date. It's been the industry standard for decades, but it doesn't have to be your standard. So why is this the default? Well, you have to look at it from the label's perspective. It's just smart business for them. They get to earn money from your work for, ever. They can bundle your music up with other artists and sell off whole catalogs. Basically, your art becomes a permanent piece of their corporate portfolio. It's a model designed to build their assets. But, and this is a big but, there is a way out of the trap. Let's talk about the path to getting your master's way home. And this, right here, this is the key. You could almost call it the hero of our story, the reversion clause. It's a piece of legal language that you negotiate into your contract, and it does something amazing. It makes sure that the ownership of your masters returns to you after a specific amount of time. We're talking 7, 10, maybe 15 years. This is a total game changer. Okay, so let's just put these two paths side by side. On one hand, you have the perpetuity deal. The label owns your music forever, and you just get your royalty percentage. That's it. But on the other path, with a reversion deal, the label's ownership has an end date, and after that term is up, boom, you get 100% of all future income from those masters. The long-term difference is just, it's absolutely massive. And hey, don't think this is some kind of fantasy, some impossible dream. Reversion clauses are actually becoming way more common. Why? Because artists like you have more power now, with streaming, with social media, with direct access to fans. Getting a term of 7, 10, or 15 years is totally achievable in a modern deal. The point is, this is a real, tangible possibility for you. Okay, so you're sold, you want one. How in the world do you actually get it? Well, that brings us to the art of the deal. It is so critical to understand this one thing. A record label is not just going to hand you a reversion clause because you're a nice person. It is not a gift. It's something you have to negotiate for. It's a reflection of the leverage you bring to the table. So, what does that trade-off actually look like? Well, to get that incredible long-term gain of full ownership, you might have to give a little something up in the short term. Maybe you take a slightly lower royalty rate while the label has the masters, or maybe you agreed to do one more option album. But look at what you get in return. 100% of the revenue down the line, and complete control. It's a strategic trade for your future. All right, let's get super practical. Let's open up your negotiation playbook. You can't just walk into a negotiation and demand things. You need leverage. So where's that come from? It comes from having real streaming numbers already. It comes from having a song go viral online, or from building a dedicated fan base all by yourself. Having other labels interested or being self-funded so you're not desperate, that's huge. The more you bring to the table, the more you can ask for. And here are 4 concrete tactics you can actually use. Number 1, ask for it early. Put it on the table in the very first contract draft. Don't wait. 2, be flexible. Maybe you ask for 7 years, but you're willing to compromise at 10 to get the deal done. 3, trade smart. You could offer to take a smaller advance payment up front in exchange for getting those masters back later. And 4, try to limit the number of option albums. This is your action plan. So, why go through all this trouble, all this negotiation? Because you're not just fighting over a contract clause. You are fighting for something so much bigger. You're fighting for the ability to own your future. Just think about it. Once that term is up and your masters come back home, the entire financial equation flips. Every single penny, from streams, from sales, from any use of those recordings, it all goes directly to you. Not a percentage, not a royalty, 100%. And it's not even just about the money. It's about control. You get to decide if your song goes in a movie. You decide if it's used in a TV show or a commercial. You are the sole guardian of your music's legacy, forever. This is the moment your music transforms from just being a stream of income into a true, tangible financial asset. It's something you can build on, something you can borrow against, or even sell one day on your terms. This is how you build real, generational wealth from your arts. Ultimately, this whole thing comes down to a fundamental shift in your mindset. Are you thinking like a renter who's just focused on the size of that upfront advance? Or are you thinking like an owner who is focused on the long-term path to equity? A renter builds the label's catalog. An owner builds their own. So, I'll just leave you with this one powerful idea that really sums it all up. If your masters ever leave you, make sure they have a way back home. Don't just give away your life's work. Fight for it. Negotiate a future where it comes back to you, where it belongs.